Hello, good people. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well, you're faring on well. Happy new week. It's also the last month of January. If you know, you know. So I want to take some few minutes to just share about something interesting that really inspired me over the weekend. And I felt like I needed to put it out there and share with people. So I belong to a book club where we meet every Saturday. Shout out to the Lily's Ladies Book Club. We meet every Saturday to unpack a book. And we just began with our read for the year. And our current read is on Boundaries by Henry Clout and John Stepson. Yeah. So we are discussing about boundaries, and the discussion really tickled me and inspired me. We just actually did the first chapter on boundaryless life, where we got to hear about a lady called Sherry, who really lived a really boundaryless life, which is very common to most people in our day-to-day life. So I felt like, let me share. So what are boundaries? I don't know. According to you, how do you define boundaries? Boundaries at workplace, boundaries in family, boundaries in your relationship, friendship, and many more. So when you talk about boundaries, what normally comes in the mind is having a wall. But in the real sense, boundaries are not walls, but they are clear lines that really defines how we clear lines that defines how we handle relationship, friendship, and many more. And something else that normally comes in mind is boundaries about pushing or pushing things away. But in the real sense, boundaries is all about protecting what is so precious to us, be it time, be it energy, be it values, be it something that you really hold dear, that you feel like, I really need to have a boundary in that. And the biggest mistake, or something that really happens, which my book club members were alluding to, we oftenly confuse boundaries with selfishness, fear, conflict, or just being guilty to say no. And I don't blame you, especially for us Africans. And now we can relate, because the society has taught us otherwise. We are brought up in a society whereby we are communist. We believe in togetherness, and society defines boundaries differently. Like society tells us to always be available, irrespective of what you are doing, where you are. Society also tells us saying no is being selfish, which is not the case. We come up from a society whereby having limits, or whereby you don't really have, relationship should not have limits. Yeah. And that is what society has told us. So I don't blame ourselves, because that is where we've been brought up, knowing that this is what is required in the society. But in the real sense, the opposite is true, because boundaries are very healthy. Boundaries are very critical thing in friendship, family, relationship. And if we don't get to have boundaries, we'll end up being drained. We'll end up being feeling tired. We will have unhealthy relationships. Yeah. And what came out so clearly in our discussion with the ladies is it is very difficult to handle boundaries, especially where loved ones are concerned, because of the obvious reason that I've just mentioned about what society expects us to do. So what do we need to do? Yeah, because we live in this world whereby we need to live, to have healthy relationship and healthy boundaries. It came out also clearly that family can really push us, and it can push us to our limits. So what we need to know about boundaries, we need to understand, do you understand boundaries? Do you understand your limits? Do you know your limits? Are they very clear to people? I know you've heard this common phrase that people say, oh, uyo usimkanyage, yeah? So they already know your limits, and they already know your boundaries. Clearly communicate your values. Let the people know that Oliver cannot do this and this and this. That this is what is right, this is what is wrong. This is what I believe to be right, and this is what I believe to be wrong. And most importantly, communicate clearly. Communication is very critical. If you don't communicate, people won't know. Let me share with you about something that one of the group members told us. People cannot manipulate you if they know, or if they don't know you're manipulatable. In short, I cannot manipulate you if I know you are not manipulatable. Like, they've already tested your limit, they already know, and they cannot cross your line without your permission. You are the one who holds the key to that line of boundaries. Have you communicated? Have you shared your values? Have you told them your limit? And learn how to say no. It is absolutely correct. In the first chapter of the book, we saw the lady called Sherry being told by his colleague or his boss, being given some task, and she was told, oh, I know you're very dependable and you're gonna save me on this. It was a last minute work, and Sherry had a look on that task, and she knew that it was gonna take 5 hours. That was 5 p.m. while she was rushing out of the office. And guess what? His boss Jeff had told him, I told her that I need the work tomorrow by 9 a.m. Sherry really knew that she was not going to have, it was not an easy task, but she didn't say no. She didn't comment about it. She didn't express herself, but deep within her, she suffered. And she knew it was going to take her 5 hours to clear the task. She said, wherever. Anyway, and she went back with the task. So saying no is not a crime, or rather, just having a conversation and saying, I feel like this is gonna take more time, so I might request for an extension of deadline to that. And remember, deadlines are being created by people. They're not cast in stones. So yeah, and it was very insightful session that I was really inspired to come and share, because some of us really suffer. I can say for sure, even for me, there are instances whereby I've had to struggle with boundaries, either in workplace, either in family, either in relationship. And these are things that we learn as we go, and every day we learn. So I'm glad to share these out there. Let us know our boundaries, let us communicate them clearly, and let's have healthy relationships, healthy friendship, healthy environments at work, and many more. So thank you so much. I'm so excited to share these and looking forward to sharing with you again next time. Thank you. Bye.